Morning everyone, it's a cracking morning out and I can't wait to get started on the vegetable garden this morning. And some of you may be looking at this video who will be allotment holders for the first time, so this next bit of advice might come quite useful to you. So every year we need to plan and what vegetables we're going to grow, and I suggest that you will grow the vegetables that your family like to eat, which sounds quite obvious. Some of you may want to grow a few more exotic vegetables, and that's just as useful for you as well. But before you start, and I've been doing this for a few years, is you need to plan your garden, and you also have to think about crop rotation. Now, what is crop rotation, you're asking? Well, certain vegetables take certain nutrients out of the soil. So if you grow the same vegetable in the same place, then obviously that nutrient or the same pest will be available to that plant every year. And it could be detrimental to the soil, it could be detrimental to the vegetable. So we need to change our vegetables around on a year by year basis. It sounds quite complicated, but in all fairness, it's fairly straightforward. And I've just done a little plan here. So I've used a 4-year crop rotation plan. Each colour represents a plot. So I've got red is grown on plot 1, green plot 2, yellow plot 3, and blue is plot 4. So in plot 1 I've got potatoes in year 1. I've got legumes, which are all your beans, runner beans, etc. In plot 3, I've got your brassicas, your cabbages and cauliflowers. And in plot 4, I've got your onions and your root veg. So that's all my plots in year 1. In year 2, what happens is that my legumes and beans will be in the place where my potatoes were. My potatoes will be in the place where the onions and root veg were. Obviously the onions will be where the brassicas were, and the brassicas will then be where the legumes are. And in year 3 you can see the cycle continues, and in year 4, and then year 5 we're back to the beginning. So that's the basic principles of crop rotation. I think the colours will probably help, and hopefully will make your vegetables healthy on a year by year basis. Now there are exceptions to that rule, as I expect you can imagine. There are certain vegetables that are quick cropping vegetables, your lettuces and radishes, your sweet corns, where you can miss the rule and plant them in areas where you have just dug your crops. But again, that would depend on what you're growing. Again, as I've shown in this little diagram, so these are your different shaped plots that you may have. You've got a diamond shaped plot there, and again you can see red, green, yellow, red, green, blue and yellow, and on a year by year basis you will rotate your crops through that little system. Hopefully by doing this way you'll keep your garden nice and healthy, and you'll be growing some fantastic produce. So that's all from me. All I can wish you is happy gardening.